Hello everyone and welcome to my studio. It's Dawn here, and today we're going to continue with our watercolour pencil series, and we're going to paint this stile. Now I've painted the rest of the scenery around it so that we can see the shape, and we only need 3 pencils for this. We need a light, a middle and a dark brown. So let's get going. We're going to paint the actual stile itself first. So all we do with that is we just shade it on quite thickly. So obviously being careful to go around the shape of the posts, both the vertical one, and I got the direction right this time, and the horizontal one. So we'll just quickly do that, cut around the actual step just for a moment. We'll deal with that in just a second, but let's just cut around that first, and then we will do the horizontal bars as well, obviously. So we'll just go across there, and in a minute we'll just use a small brush and blend that all together so that it looks a bit more even. So we'll do that, and incidentally I used the same tone of brown as I did for the fence that goes across there, so we can adjust the shape as we go along. That's no problem at all. I'm only going to use a small brush for this. I'm using a round because I think for painting fence posts and things like this, I think a round is probably more effective than a flat because it gives you more control. Well, it gives me more control anyway. If you want to use a flat or a different type of brush, that's fine, but I find, for me anyway, a round works. So there we go. And we are going to use that same brown again, but this time we're not going to shade it on as heavily. We're going to do the top of the step here, but just shade it like that, but ever so lightly. Just touch the pencil onto the paper because we need a nice light tone here, and no more than that. And again, we are going to use a small round, or I'm going to use a small round brush, and we're just going to blend that with some water and our brush. We don't have to have it perfectly smooth because this is wood, remember, so it won't necessarily be perfectly smooth, but that will be absolutely fine. And then we need to take our medium brown. Well, this is actually quite a dark brown. It's a burnt umber, but whatever darkish brown you've got is absolutely fine. And we're going to use that to go along there and to do that front edge of the plank here, or the step, because that would be a lot darker. And so we're going to do it there, and we're going to just do a fine line down there. But because this is nearly all in shadow, well in fact it is all in shadow, we're going to use our darkest brown for this. So I'm going to use a dark sepia. And we're not even going to blend it with water. We're going to leave that completely dark because there's no light under there at all because of this step. So there we have a nice stile going across there. And we're not going to blend this bit here. We're going to leave it proud, as they say. And if you wanted a final bit of extravagance, the stile is completed. That's absolutely fine. I am just going to put a bit of dark. Actually, I'll tell you what we will do. We will just put a bit of dark down the side of these posts because it will give them a bit of depth. You can't really see that one, but just down there perhaps, just to give it some depth. And as a final extravagance, if you want to put birds in the sky, you just do like a type of inverted V. So you go out like that. Another one perhaps a bit further, so it's like down and then up. And there you have your birds in the sky, just as a final touch of extravagance. And you have a stile. And of course make sure you shade some dark green underneath because that will be in shade. So I've done a little bit there, not too much, just to show that there's a shadow. So I hope you've enjoyed this and found it useful, and it helps you to paint your own styles. So I hope you have a great week. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.